Hello Aquarius, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel and also my Facebook page if you're watching this on Facebook as well. So I just want to quickly say thank you to all those of you who have subscribed to my channel, and also those of you who have come across this video on Facebook and you've followed and liked me on there as well. So I'm just going to invite those of you who haven't done that to subscribe now, or at the end of the video, or like and follow my page. I encourage you to do both because I do different and especially soon I'll be doing a lot of putting different material on different platforms. So with this one, obviously it's going to be mostly these videos and a few others as well, but the Facebook page is going to be other things as well. So then you'll be able to keep in touch and figure out and know what I'm getting up to, where I'm going to be, and what I'm doing as well. So the other thing is, I just want to remind everybody that these reads, the messages that come through, are general. So just take from it what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, it may not necessarily be for you, like something that's happening right now, but a lot of the time the messages that come through are a forecast, as per se. So it just could help you, give you a little bit of an idea of what's coming. So don't totally throw it out if it's not resonating for you, like right now. Okay, so keep it in the back of your mind there. And also, if you don't know what, and I do suggest then, if you're not making full sense of it, check out what your other signs are. And because this reading is suitable for those of you who are watching for Aquarius in your sun, moon, rising and or Venus signs. Okay, so if you don't know what your other signs are, there is a link in the description box below that will take you to a website that has a calculator on here that's free, and it will work it out for you. Okay, so the other thing is I am available to take bookings for readings and or healing. So just give me an email or a call, or connect through my Facebook page. My details are in the description box below as well. Okay, so today I am working with my Sacred Energy, Sacred Earth Oracle deck, and also my trusty tarot cards. So as you can see, I'm working from a different environment today. So I'm at Infinity, working from here today. So, and I'm just like, of course I've got to get you amazing Aquarians videos done. So I'm in a little bit of downtime. So I thought I'd fit yous in here while I have that downtime. Okay, so I can get your video up earlier in the day. So I'm going to start off with the tarot cards here today, so with yous, and I felt the first one that's come out when I was shuffling there is the Magician. So it's the Magician that's fallen out upside down. So the Magician is just pretty much as it says, the Magician. And I feel like there's something that's maybe it's in reverse. So there's something that you may be like missing at the moment, or lacking at the moment, not seeing at the moment, why things aren't panning out for you. Because normally sometimes I'm thinking, the feeling that I'm getting is that, I'm thinking that, there's something, you haven't got your recipe right, maybe that's how you're feeling or thinking about it. It's like, what am I doing not right? What's going on? For some of you, I feel like there's something, and the Magician also brings, like new beginnings and opportunities, but I feel, and which is why they're talking about like creating something new, making something new. It's like you normally are able to like do something, but some of you maybe have a little bit, things might be a little bit higgledy-piggledy and not quite panning out. So what I'm hearing is, like, I'm turning that around, is that it's something that you're not seeing or feeling or doing that's in alignment with it. That's all it is. You're not tweaking it. And I'm feeling like some of you is maybe forcing something to happen, which is kind of making, which is where you're thinking it should go, but actually it may not actually go there. You might have to be waiting a little bit longer. It's got, some of you, I'm hearing it's about divine timing, and you haven't quite got the recipe right. So the words that I'm using today for that description, with the energy that's working with me. So, or that something's not being, not doing something correctly, that's coming into a light. And some of it you haven't got the right, you haven't got all the information. And for some of you, I'm hearing it's not the right information or the correct information is more the correct word to say. Not so much the right, the correct. information from the right person. Okay, I see where they were going from that. So anyway, so then this next bunch of cards is like 6 cards that fell out. So there's obviously a little bit of a story there going on there with this one, all come out together. So I'm going to start with the Hanged Man. So there's something about you making a choice, and that's probably why where things aren't quite lining up or are lining up for you. Because there's a choice that needs to be made. It may be feeling like you're having to sacrifice something as well with the choice that you're going to make. Whether you choose to go this way or that way, there may be feeling like something about you may be sacrificing either way you go. So, but it's like, okay, I'm looking at being drawn to the head. So, in the position of the Hanged Man, he's hanging from his right foot. So there's something that's in your mind that you maybe not thinking outside the square with, or you are, or needs you or requires you to think outside of the square, that's stopping you from moving because it's the right foot that's stuck there. So for me, the right side is about movement. It's about physical movement, the physical body. So it's something to do with your mind about, making that choice. So anyway, then we have the Hierophant here with a spiritual journey. So there's something about, there's that decision is maybe taking you more on a spiritual path, and you, in the way that you're thinking and doing it. It's like, okay, but there may be something with that 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups brings in, some regret and sorrow in there. So it maybe that's the journey about, that they're talking about. With this regret and sorrow, there's some emotional stuff that's going on there and feelings that may be blocking your intuition about where you're wanting to go. So it's like, okay, finding that balance. So some of you are obviously definitely on a spiritual journey with that. And it's like, because I'm feeling like with this Magician, it may be that, this is not so much stopping you, but it's just holding things up. You may be feeling, or it's like, actually you're in a period of time where you need to take some time out, and you maybe, that's why, and you're feeling like that's, there's something that's not moving, but it's like, that's because it's in divine timing, and there's a space for you now to do some healing and going inward a bit. So the 2 of Wands comes in. So something is happening. You've created something, and there's some work underway, and you're learning about something with yourself, and you've taken action with moving, shifting, or maybe through doing some work on yourself. With this 5 of Wands, 2 of Wands. So there's something like you're starting to, like, you've initially got something going, and you're like seeing, it's like you've opened up a new, you've opened something up, and it's not, I can see a bit further now. I can see kind of where I'm going, and how, what's meaning about this. So then the Page of Swords comes in, so which creates, within all that, a new beginning in the way of mental and mental activity. So in the way that you're thinking about things. So I feel like there's a sense of, without bringing in that, it's like there's, like with this thing, you kind of, with the 2 of Wands, it's like you can see more now with all this other work that you're doing on yourself spiritually. Now it's like something you've cut away, you're cutting away in the air, of course, there, the sword, and it's like you've figured something out with the Page of Swords, because it's like the Page of Swords comes after the 10 of Swords. So that's something, you've ended something, you figured something out, you're moving into a new phase or a new beginning about whatever it is that you're working through now, that you've figured out. And it's like, okay, because you're seeing things from another angle. So it's like, yay. And so there's a new way of thinking and being and reacting and responding. Then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is something, which is interesting, the new, new beginnings there as well. So there's lots of new stuff. Yeah, small beginnings, but something's moving. Okay, so I'm hearing, seeing something to do with a project that you're doing, going with that has to do with money. So along the way there, it's like, okay, you can see something moving, you planted the seed, but I also see that as energy, that you've planted the seeds, and that like something is moving because you're starting to see something coming. So there's that energy exchange that you've put into receiving, would give, and working with these new beginnings. It's okay, where they're going, receive and give. That's something else. There's something else in there as well. It helps you to see about giving and receiving, how that energy, like reciprocity, reciprocal energy works, receiving and giving. Okay. And how this whole, how your spiritual journey in this phase here is helping you to like grow, basically. Oh, wow. Cool. So there's some seeds that are growing because you've planted them and you've taken that, you've gone on the journey. So then we move into the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, which is in reverse. So there's something about you, it's like I want to turn around. So with you doing that, it's like it might have been, I'm hearing it is in reverse now with my way I've got it, but that was when I first pulled the cards out. So there may be something, though, just being mindful, I feel like that, keeping in mind that, you know, this needs, you know, it's keeping on, not on top of yourself, but keeping yourself in check is what they mean by that phrase means. But I want to change it. It's checking in with yourself, and people will actually do that, and sometimes challenges in life will actually bring that, you know, where we check in with ourselves. So then the Nine of Pentacles comes up. I'm going to turn that around. So there may be some block in the way that you're seeing about, you know, like, or had been seeing with about success and enjoyment and how you can achieve that. But that's there, because you've had you've gone through this journey. It's like you can see more. And then the Ten of Cups comes, which is something that comes to an end with emotionally, as well as, you know, with your feelings, but also I'm feeling that mental, that's where I feel like some of that stuff is coming through here. So there's Ten of Cups brings you to that contentment and a happy home life. So there's a shift in that, in how you how you're feeling about that, because of the work that you've done, because something is here. You've done this work, so that's why I'm able to turn it around for you and explain it differently as to where it was when I first initially it fell out, because you've turned the story around. So this is, should you choose to take that journey and go in a bit deeper, or if you are in that journey, it's like things are turning around for you, because you are looking more, all those other cards have been all up the right way. But in the beginning, you've kind of not seen how this can happen. But actually, it can happen because you can do it. And because Aquarius said so. Anyway, the Ace of Wands, see, outburst of creativity in on that one, with a new beginning in that one, or something new that's, you know, an adventure that you're going on in there. And then the Two of Pentacles there. Okay, there's some sort of change of versatility. I kind of see that with money, but it's like with this new adventure, and you may have to like juggle finances or something like that, but also juggle energy, okay, like physical energy. And that, but in the background, there's something about abundance in the background, because you see those ships, those are your ships, okay. And back in the day, those ships meant wealth. Okay, so that's how I'm reading that one, seeing that one. So it's keeping on that journey. It's like keeping up, keeping on going with what you're doing. You're doing, something's working. It's like I feel like something's working. So I just want to say, I shuffle the cards really well before between each read. So these three that's come out, core. Okay, so this is where that spiritual journey, but in the beginning, it's going back to the core. Okay, the core of who you are, the core of, you know, where you want to go. It's sorting that out. That part of you is being sorted out. That's why this journey about, talking about the spiritual journey here before, is about, and pulling out. So we're talking about potential, because it's bringing out what you know, have your potential basically, and showing you actually, you know, I'm pretty good at what I do, and you know what, I'm pretty good at, I can do it. You know, it's just got to get the hell out of my head, and not let all these emotions rule me. So it's like standing in your power, and these thoughts rule me, in context. So it's keeping everything in context basically, is where they're going with that one as well. So with all these cards that have come out here, it's kind of leading to that, bringing things into context when you're going through all this. But it's like, once again, the Knight of Pentacles turns around, you know, was there. You could turn that around when you're doing this work and seeing things from another picture or another view. Awesome. Cool. Wow, that flowed really quickly. I can't believe that it's actually finished. And it's like, wow, that flowed really quickly. So I kind of feel like that's part of your message, because that's like, this is like bang, bang, bang with it, what's come out. for me to share with you. So it's like, okay, that's sorted. And it's kind of like, that's the same sort of feeling that I'm getting to, that you'll get from this. It's like, wow, that wasn't that bad after all, but it's taking all that learning that you from this processing that you've been going through and putting it in your kete, in your basket, for later. And it just makes the next round of things that you are going to process, and you will, with something that comes up. And it's like, I'm going to understand the process and what is required to help yourself move forward from something. So I feel like there's one more here. I think it's in this deck. No, that's not it. So it's going to take a little bit of time. So there's something that even like within that message, it's going to take a little bit of time, with, you know, but don't rush it. Okay, so don't rush it. And what's that saying? Time makes. Oh no, that's 3 there. I only feel like there's 1, so there's something not coming. Okay, that's it. Okay, renewal. So there's a sense of renewal that's coming for you. It's like, and that feeling of renewal. So there's some, like this one, I just drew back to potential. Look at that little face in there that's peeking out. There's some potential coming out. I wanting you to acknowledge that. Okay. But there's definitely something with this new renewal card coming out. So it's like this feeling or the sense of renewal there. Cool. Beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for you, Aquarius. I hope that helps you with a little bit of clarification for you, and going into this future or in the now. Yeah, I'm just, yeah, like I said, we're going to leave it there. And with lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement, adventure from myself, my spiritual team, the Zion team, and of the angels and guides that are here as well. Okay. Anyway, yeah, bye for now. See you next Thursday.